Up until the final days of March 2026, the glass-walled Oracle campus projected the image of a deeply entrenched, highly stable enterprise software giant. Then, at 6 a.m. on March 31st, 30,000 employees had their virtual private network access and internal communication permissions instantly severed. Nearly one-fifth of the company's global workforce was eliminated through a single, automated email. Typically, a staff reduction of this magnitude indicates severe financial distress. Yet Oracle's Q3 fiscal year 2025 earnings report, released just weeks prior, detailed a 22% increase in year-over-year revenue, reaching $17.2 billion. Their remaining performance obligations, a metric tracking contracted revenue that has not yet been recognized, had climbed 63% to $130 billion. Market demand for Oracle's cloud services was actively outstripping their physical capacity to supply it. During this exact same window, the company appointed a new chief financial officer, securing her with a compensation package valued at $29.7 million. To understand these contradictory actions, we must look at how technology companies allocate capital. Operating expenses, or OPEX, cover ongoing costs like employee salaries. Capital expenditures, or CapEx, are funds used to acquire or upgrade physical assets. Oracle is executing a deliberate financial rewiring, trading its human headcount for the massive capital reserves required to dominate the next industrial cycle. Oracle CEO Safra Catz and the executive leadership team recognized that their existing market dominance in software was irrelevant to the impending hardware constraints of the artificial intelligence market. Their solution is a strategy best described as shrink to scale. They are intentionally reducing their operational headcount to finance a massive expansion of their physical, industrial footprint. The enterprise technology sector is pivoting from providing high-margin software-defined services to operating compute-defined AI utilities. Executing this pivot requires an immense concentration of capital. Oracle announced plans to scale its annual capital expenditures to $50 billion. The 6 a.m. layoffs provided an immediate financial yield. By eliminating 30,000 salaries, Oracle freed up between $8 billion and $10 billion in annual cash flow. Oracle is actively liquidating its legacy human capital. Those salaries are being converted directly into the cash flow required to purchase physical AI infrastructure. The AI infrastructure arms race has escalated into a matter of national-level infrastructure and energy policy, requiring capital far beyond traditional corporate budgets. At the center is Project Stargate, a joint venture initiated by OpenAI's Sam Altman and Microsoft's Satya Nadella to construct $500 billion worth of AI superfactories. Constructing facilities of this scale requires external financing from entities like SoftBank, led by Masayoshi Son, to inject the necessary capital. Fulfilling Oracle's Stargate infrastructure commitments requires the company to independently secure roughly $156 billion in capital, a staggering obligation exceeding 3 years of its current revenue. We can trace the salaries of the laid-off employees directly into physical hardware. Oracle is currently building a liquid-cooled cluster of 64,000 NVIDIA GB200 processors. To diversify its supply chain, Oracle also signed a multi-billion-dollar contract for a secondary cluster of 30,000 AMD MI355X GPUs. These clusters draw an extreme amount of electricity. To power them, Oracle and its partners are developing 1.2 gigawatt solar plus storage sites in Texas. The enterprise balance sheet has inverted. Software companies are now operating as industrial energy and hardware logistics firms, permanently trading OPEX for CapEx.
Chairman Larry Ellison has spent years architecting the technological mechanism that makes this massive reduction in force possible: extreme database automation. Oracle is executing a capability swap. They are discarding legacy software skills to acquire specialized infrastructure engineers. This flowchart visualizes the shift. In a traditional setup, human database administrators perform manual tuning. With the autonomous database, these human operators vanish. Those manual routes are now managed entirely by Oracle 23 AI vector agents, which handle maintenance autonomously. Consequently, automated workflow tools replace middle management, dissolving the need for human coordination. Capital is then redirected to new engineers focused strictly on LMOps and Kubernetes orchestration for GPU clusters. The traditional human-in-the-loop software developer profile is now functionally mathematically obsolete within Oracle's business model.
This aggressive capability swap carries severe institutional risks. Oracle's health division, formed from the Cerner acquisition, saw a 30% workforce reduction during the layoffs. Healthcare data integration relies on human implementation specialists to navigate complex workflows. In Oracle's new compute utility model, this human-heavy process is a low-margin drag. Stripping 30% of the staff from this division immediately jeopardizes Oracle's $37 billion electronic health record modernization contract with the Department of Veterans Affairs. Congressional leaders have drafted legislation threatening to terminate the contract entirely if clinical workflows do not demonstrate measurable improvement within 2 years. The geographic execution of these cuts further highlights the friction. Oracle eliminated approximately 12,000 jobs in India, dismantling deeply entrenched regional knowledge hubs. Concurrently, data from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services revealed that Oracle filed 3,126 H-1B petitions during the exact same period they were executing global layoffs. Oracle is prioritizing specialized, infrastructure-focused labor over domain-specific human knowledge. They are willing to absorb severe institutional friction to finalize this capability swap. Zooming out from Oracle, we see the macroeconomic restructuring of the entire global technology sector. The primary engine of growth has shifted from the logic of software to the raw utility of compute. Tech monopolies no longer defend their market share with proprietary code. The new barriers to entry are physical, acquiring massive tracts of land, securing 10-gigawatt power grids, and stockpiling highly specialized hardware. The mathematics of this hardware are brutal. Processor clusters that cost billions of dollars to install fully depreciate in just 3 years, demanding an insatiable, continuous stream of capital. To survive this transition, legacy technology companies must continuously liquidate the high margins of their past software businesses to afford the physical infrastructure of the future. For professionals working within this sector, the rules of the labor market have been permanently rewritten. Mid-level analysts and standard engineering roles are seeing their primary functions absorbed by the same autonomous agents that flattened Oracle's own internal hierarchy. The only safe harbor for human capital is physical or structural proximity to the AI infrastructure stack, architecting the systems, orchestrating the agents, or physically maintaining the cooling pipes and power grids. In the Stargate era, your value is strictly determined by your relationship to the machine. If your role can be orchestrated by an agent, you are a variable that has been solved for, and you will be removed.